Good morning, Sir Bart. This is Warren C. Ablat, and I'm here to tell you what I think about whether the psychology is a real science or not. So, let's begin. Is psychology a real science? This question has been debated ever since psychology was introduced way back in 1800s. But yes, to me, psychology is a real science. Psychology is the study of human mind and behavior. Psychology studies the brain and how humans behave, and it is complicated. Many things are to be followed to be a good psychologist. Psychology research are tricky because brains are complicated. That's why it requires some time to be able to tell exactly what a person is thinking. But it is still a science. Defining science might be hard because there is no standard definition that everyone agrees on. But science is defined as systematically observing natural events and then using those observations to develop laws and principles. Then those principles are tested through the test using observation, hypothesis, experimentation, analysis, and conclusions. These things we learned that when we were high school, um, uh, observation, hypothesis, experimentation, analysis, and conclusion. These are taught to us when we were in high school. This procedure also occurs in psychology research. People who don't believe that psychology is a science might say that psychology is not rigorous enough or that data are often inconclusive or can be interpreted in many ways. They might also say that the definition of psychology is too abstract to be accurately tested. Let's say, for example, how do we define happiness? There's really nothing um, um, exact about that question. It cannot be accurately defined or tested because people change, and people are different. So people might define happiness in many ways. But there are things we can do, things that psychologists do to make that as a valid statement. Let's say we can say that we can ask people through surveys how much do they smile every day, or how how often do they smile every day, things like that. And we have to bear in mind that humans are messy. They are easily changed by their surroundings, culture, and circumstances. But as long as researchers acknowledge that their work is limited by the differences between people and take that into account in their analysis and conclusions, this is not an issue. At the end of the day, psychology is a science, just like biology or chemistry. Thank you very much.